All right, chat, let's march on. A reminder of what happened the last time we played the other night. Of course, we made it through another draft. My Oakland Athletics are still absolute dog water at 23 and 40. You guys, though, right now sit at 35 and 28, and again, potentially have that opportunity of making the playoffs again. We went through the draft. I ended up taking Austin Harrison first overall, as Nico says hello for the second month. Nico, thank you. Appreciate you. Again, this was probably the worst draft we had seen top to bottom. When a 53 overall, first overall pick isn't that bad of an option, that really kind of tells you how bad of a draft it was. But again, that is who we ended up with. It was rather hit or miss. Same thing for you guys. Calvert as a first-round pick was pretty disappointing, but you did get the starting pitching help with Blake Wood, Alton Rouge, and Sammy Huerta. So, it was okay, all things considered. With that, though, it's time to see if you guys are going to make the playoffs for the first time, because I do think you have a legitimate chance at it. Now, apparently, I have too many people on my roster, and I don't know why that would be the case. I don't know who would have gotten called up. Because of an injury? What's the deal with airline food here? Carthy and Perdomo, he's out for a month or two. I'm just gonna try to sim again and see what it lets me do. That was for you guys, actually. Injured list. Nobody. I'm very confused. How do I have 27 people on the roster, though? Who is here that is not supposed to be? Boy, I have a lot of people who are really struggling this season, huh?
Oh, good for you!
Damn crawdaddy. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I guess I'll put Caleric down, and that should be fine. All right, let's get back to it. The Braves offer me a trade. Sean Newcomb and Michael Harris for Sean Murphy. Again, Sean Murphy is on my my trade block. Duke Nukem is a 71 overall, 31 years old, and Harris is 24. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Again, I'd rather get the compensation picks for Murphy. So that is absolutely not going to happen. And we'll march on. You guys have yet to get an offer, but then again, you are trying to get rid of very expensive people. Which makes sense. And with that, I get another trade, this time from the Angels. Devers for Bachman and Uribe. Bachman 25B and a 79. And Uribe 19C and a ooh, you know, that's actually not that bad, but at the same time, I don't need the clear cap, and Devers is only 28. And he's got a contract that, you know, is front-loaded. Yeah, I don't need that. Thank you. Thank you. Man, you guys might be under 5. Ooh, Trevor. Wow, Trevor's Story for Salvador Perez. Story only hitting 210. He's got 2 years left, or I guess a year after this at $23 million. Big deal there between the Red Sox and the Cardinals. Max Muncy is on his way to the Padres. In exchange for Pablo Rodriguez and Matthew Lantigua. Not a bad deal for the veteran. Giants offer the Athletics a trade again. And it's Alex Wood. I mean, literally, it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. Again, you guys haven't gotten a single trade offer. It's insanity. It's insanity. You're also now at 46 and 51. This is turning into a bit of a nightmare season for you guys. Huh. Well, let's take a look here. Home Run Derby at Dodger Stadium. It's Fernando Tatis, Jared Walsh, Nick Castellanos, Max Muncy Jr., Semien, and from the Diamondbacks, Teoscar Hernandez. From your Oakland Athletics, Pete Alonso. We are not going to play it because we have more important things to do, but it's also interesting just to know that we had two representatives there home run-wise. Both free agent signings of ours as well. So, All-Star Game-wise, take a look at the NL side first and foremost. None of your starting pitchers are there. That is concerning. Edwin Diaz is there now for the Giants. Why are you at your home tonight? Because I like to be in my home. All right. Wow, you guys don't have a single NL All-Star representative. That's insanity. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, you're going to have one. It's the bare minimum. It's Ketel Marte making it again. He has an 873 OPS. 31 years old. That really shows. It has been... Shout out to Eugenio Suarez, by the way, making an All-Star game. That really shows how much you guys have struggled this season and not lived up to expectations. Especially with all the money you're paying that starting rotation. We'll have to look at stats in a minute. From the AL side, Barrios is the starter. Lucas Sims is there. Your Oakland Athletics. Do I have anybody else? I doubt it. Pete Alonso. Fair enough. So 2 representatives for the Athletics. Bobby Witt Jr. also makes it. So I shockingly somehow have more All-Stars than you do. That is insanity. It is absolute insanity. So to look at your team right now here, chat, and the stats that you got going on. In terms of position players, Marte is leading the way in hits. Hernandez, Trey Turner. Decent amount of dingers. Marte and Hernandez, 70 RBIs for Teoscar. I want to take a look here, though. Man, look at Josh Becerra. Whew. We knew that guy would be a monster for you. But you have Marte under a 900 OPS. Rojas. Although Rojas has been significantly improved. Turner's at an 839. Interesting. Maybe it's the pitching? Because it doesn't look that bad otherwise. 163 strikeouts for Cedric Doss. He's now an 84. Outrageous. Oof, the ERA, though, for some of these guys. Doss at a 3.4. Just take a look at it. I mean, even we can go over towards the WAR side of things. Doss, Sebarino, Burns. I mean, Severino has a 4.46 ERA on the season. Honestly, no, I'm surprised. Like, it doesn't look like your lineup's been that bad. It doesn't look like your pitching's been that bad. But again, you guys right now are at the bottom of the NL West. 11 games behind the Dodgers. That is very surprising. For me, Devers leading the way. Alonso and Devers, like the only power game that I have. I mean, again, I knew this would be a pretty bad year for me. And that is definitely proven to be the case. Sean Murphy is just cooked offensively. He is a pure defensive catcher. And unfortunately, a lot of my younger guys are really, really struggling. But I think they'll benefit from the experience instead of going down to AAA. Yeah, I mean, pitching-wise, this is... Yeah, this is abysmal. This is pretty abysmal pitching-wise. Fuck. Well, let's keep going. We'll see if you guys can turn it around here. Again, heading into the trade deadline, a reminder of who you guys had on your trade block to start the year. Carson Kelly, Teoscar Hernandez, and Dominic Canzone. Or Canzoni, perhaps. And I'll be intrigued to see if Hernandez gets any love. For me, I already pulled off one trade. Oops. Still have Sean Murphy and James K on the list. So let's see. Will there be any other trades? The Reds are offering me a deal again. Nate Pearson for Sean Murphy. They've offered this before. I might want to take this. I might actually want to take this because the more Murphy struggles at the plate this season, the more concerned I am that I could hit him with a qualifying offer and nobody would take him. Because, again, he is just pure defense now, for the most part. Pearson has a 3.66 ERA, 6.8 record. It's just Pearson's 28. Expiring deal, 2 arbitration years left. So I pretty much have him until he's 30, 31. I'm gonna pass. I don't think Pearson will get that much better. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna risk it. I get another trade, this one from the Dodgers, also for Sean Murphy. This one involving Joe Ross, who's 31 years old, so we definitely won't take that. Honestly, though, the more interest Murphy has, the more likely I am to try and get those picks. Get an offer from the Blue Jays. Taijuan Walker, he's 32. No. You guys haven't gotten a single offer. Get a deal from the Royals. Izzy Hernandez, he's 29. No. Another offer from the Dodgers. This one's for Demetrius Arnaz. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. That's it. We get to the deadline. You guys didn't get a single offer. Again, we allowed us to set the trade block at the beginning of the season, and that's it. Unfortunately for you guys, nothing happened. For me, I at least pulled off that one trade and turned down. Oh my God, the winning streak for you guys. You're back over 500. Turned down a lot of offers for Murphy. So you guys are out of the basement in your division, but 4 games back of the wild card with a lot of competition there.
Oh, good.
This is going to be
for
close.
You.
Secret Squirrel, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Let's go ahead and handle the call-ups here. So from AAA, you guys might as well call up Canzone, who never got traded. And then starting pitcher-wise, why not call up Corbin Martin? For myself, is this GM only? Yes. We, for the memes, end up watching the AI play a lot in playoff situations, but no, we don't. We like to make a lot of progress instead of trying to play through a 162-game season. It's also set up. We have Chat's team, the Diamondbacks, versus my team, the Athletics. We're trying to see who can win a World Series first. It's a series I like to do in pretty much everything, NBA. At least any franchise mode that lets you control 2 different teams. Let's call up Seth Brown. And we'll also call up Zach Logue. And there we go. September call-ups for the 2 teams are handled. I'm at 52 and 85, so very much towards first overall pick contention again, which is nice. Can you guys make it? You're still flirting with 500. Auto fix the roster. I don't think you guys are going to make it. You're 2 games over 500 with 6 games to go. This is a very... Yep, you're out. 4 games back of the wild card. What a disappointing season this is for you guys. Wow. There is no other way to put it. That is the only way to put it. This was a failure of a season. You got 1 game to go at 82 and 79, and that's it. A highly disappointing season. I finished at 64 and 98, which I'm perfectly fine with. You guys, though, at just 82 and 80. That's a failure for a team that's that good. Playoffs shaping up to be Cleveland and Tampa. Winner plays Toronto. Houston plays Detroit. On the NL side, it is Miami and San Francisco. Winner plays the Dodgers. Brewers play the Braves. Again, a reminder of what this Diamondbacks team looks like. Now, Trey Turner ended up being hurt down the stretch. But, Sebarino, Burns, Gallen, Cedric Doss. Like, look at this starting pitching. Bumgarner dropped off a bit. That wasn't good enough to make the playoffs. That's brutal. That is brutal. And then obviously Carson Kelly, Ketel Marte, Hernandez, Rojas. Like, that is too good of a team. That is way too good of a team to miss out. But I mean, you look at some of the numbers, like I mean, Zach Allen was over a 5 ERA on the year, for God's sakes. Jordan Hicks, a 1.39 whip. And maybe the bullpen let you down, but like JB Wendelken was solid. Kelly, ooh, Carson Kelly hit 212. 19 million on the qualifying offer. He hit 212. I think both of us are going to be looking. Here's the thing. I can risk qualifying Sean Murphy and having him come back. I don't think you can risk that with Carson Kelly again. I don't think you can. What an abysmal season at the plate as he has continued to get worse every single season. You guys might have to move on from Carson Kelly because Adrian Del Castillo is right there. And obviously now you have Joel honestly, Joel Donnelly is Major League ready next season. He's already a 77. I think you guys have to just risk letting Carson Kelly go for nothing. I think you have to. I don't think you can re-sign him even though he's an 89. Like, your future's now and you need that money elsewhere. Buddy Kennedy only hit 239 this year. That's pretty disappointing for him as well. Yeah, the OPS fell off. The on-base fell off. Rojas hit 295. He was better pretty much across the board, so a good season for Josh Rojas. He's 30 now, though. Trey Turner, again, finished the season on IR with a fractured leg. He was having a really, really good year compared to last year's down season for him. He's 31, coming off of a major injury. Jordan Lawler, and man, look at Perdomo right behind him, but Jordan Lawler really struggled at the plate. I mean, he's 22. You got to forgive him. He's a star for you guys in the future, but he was awful at the plate this year. Then Esteban Gallegos, he took the step up. He was better in his second season. Much, much better. The 12 home runs. And then Josh Becerra as well. 180 at-bats. I mean, you got to make sure he's a starter next year. And then Kenny McAlpin's Major League ready now, too, at least in a depth role. Ketel Marte hit 279, but then again, look at this. Gallegos, Becerra, McAlpin, Marte, Carroll, Thomas, Hernandez, Canzone. They are all Major League caliber. You guys got to clear out some of this depth somehow. Because that's... I don't know. I don't know how you're going to do it as well with us limiting the amount of trades we can make and how we can do it to make it fair and challenging for both of us. But, oof. As good as Teoscar Hernandez was for you this year, he is now a bit of a liability, and he's got 2 years left. So, again, a very disappointing year for you guys. I don't really care about my numbers because, look, I know they're going to be trash. And, yeah, my pitching staff was brutal. You know, all of this, like, okay, yeah, I expected my team to be garbage this year. Of course, we picked up Ryan Vesia midway through the year. Sean Murphy, I think I'm going to try to qualify because you guys can't with Kelly. But, I mean, again, I have my future here in terms of who's ready to go at catcher. We're both in the same spot. Alonso hit 46 bombs for us this year. Pretty damn happy about that. Muncy hit 251. That's okay. Devers 261 with 33 dingers. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the team. Like, we're not that good yet, but we're going to get there. Oof, Laureano sucked at the plate. Only a 209 average. Domingo. He's so close to being ready. He's so close. In terms of awards, Mike Trout wins AL MVP. No controversy in that. He was fucking outstanding. Look at those numbers. That's insanity. Junior had an incredible year, an MVP caliber year. So did Jared Walsh, for that matter, and Trout still beat him. Because the NL went to Fernando Tatis because of 51 dingers over Juan Soto, who again signed that gigantic deal with the Mets that's backloaded as well. Holy shit. Freddie Freeman was also up there. Cy Young goes to Jose Barrios for the second year in a row. It's now the third year in a row that a Blue Jays player has won it. You got Marquez and Manoah also up there, so the Blue Jays still with excellent starting pitching. Shane Bieber wins it. Cedric Doss was in second. An unbelievable gem that you guys have here in Cedric Doss. Holy crap. Almost won the Cy Young in his second season. at 20 years old. Batting title went to Mike Trout and Ty France. Reliever of the year to Trevor Richards with his 51 saves. And again, the Blue Jays with excellent, excellent pitching. Rookie of the year, Jonathan Aranda. Oh, Luis Toribio. I almost drafted him a few years ago. And in the NL side of things, it was Austin Hendrick beating out Morales and Kirby Abu. So that is it for this season. I mean, we still got to find out who's going to win the World Series, but I'm perfectly fine with having my young guys have gotten experience. You guys have some major questions to answer in this offseason as the Astros, bang, bang, beat the Marlins in the 2025 World Series in 7 games. The World Series loves going 7. The Astros win another World Series as you look at who stars on their roster still, and it's really not all that surprising. Alvarez, Tucker, Altuve now at 34. It's a great team. It is still a great, great team. So no real surprise there. World Series MVP, Yordan Alvarez. 345, 3 dingers, 9 RBIs in the 7 games. So there you have it. 2025 is done. And we look to move to this offseason. And this should be really interesting. Retired players, I lose Michael, motorcycle, who is okay. Do we have any Hall of Famers? We do not. Another year without any Hall of Famers. All right, so exclusive free agents will be interesting. I need a new manager this year, and so do you guys. And again, you guys had the better record this season, so you do get the priority in terms of the coaching staff. So your new manager, Brian Munoz, has that -1 to clutch, but +3 arm strength and power. AJ Hinch, -3 to vision. Kyle Bottlebergs. David Ross. Vance Wilson. First guy to not have any minuses is Richie McCarthy. If you don't go with him, Edgar Thomas has the -2 to drag bunting. Really helps out the pitching. And there's Willie Harris, but he has a drag bunting boost. Buford Bush. Well, McCarthy is easily the best option there. Helps the hitting, the pitching, the fielding. I mean, yeah, you guys should be and will be all in on Richie McCarthy. That is exactly who I would sign if it was me. And I would go with a max offer, max interest offer at $6.5 million. No questions asked. You also need a third base coach. Aaron Boone. -2 to blocking. Do you have anyone? Eloy Lintner. There you go. Easily the best guy available again. Go $1.5 million max offer, so there you go. Again, that should help you guys out a lot. I need a manager, a third, and first base coach. So my manager, if Richie McCarthy isn't there, I'd love to sign someone like David Ross just because he's real, but at the same time, the next best guy that I liked was Buford Bush. There's really nobody else. So, good old BB. Buford Bush. How'd you like to be the new manager replacing Mark Kotze? I'm going to have to offer him even more money to want to come here. It's going to be $5.5 million a year for a max deal. First base coach. Who the hell can we even get here? Do you have anyone without any minuses? We do. Dale Perkins. Praise Dale. And for a third base coach, I'd love to hire Aaron Boone. We'll go for Luke Gonzalez. Just hopefully have no minuses. So both of us looking to replace the coaching staff. Now the big question is the exclusive free agent negotiations. Now you guys, again, have some big frickin' decisions here. Luis Sebarino, and I'm going to give you guys your options and let you weigh out those options and then come to me with a decision. Luis Sebarino is 32 years old. I mean, went 15-6 last season, 14-8 the year before. Like, he's been one of your better pitchers. This was his worst season as a member of the Diamondbacks. By some metrics, not by others. Here's the problem. He wants $22 million a year, and the less term you give him, the more he's going to want in terms of money. And of course, the qualifying offer would be $19 million if you want to qualify him, hope somebody signs him, and then you get those compensation picks. If you're going to qualify anybody, Sebarino's probably your best bet. But are you willing to let him go? Are you willing to let him go? Again, starting pitching-wise, if you let go of Sebarino and Gallen, you have Burns, Doss, and then it gets a bit shaky. It gets a bit shaky. So you could elect to keep Sebarino and try to qualify a Carson Kelly or a Zach Gallen. All right, so you know your options with Sebarino. It's either a $20 million qualifying offer, hope he signs it, or hope you get compensation, or you just outright try to work out a deal with Sebarino. Carson Kelly, you can qualify him again. He wants $10 million a season. And again, had a god-awful year at the plate. So that is the situation there with Carson Kelly. And again, the less term, the more money he's going to want because he's 31. Zach Gallen went 9-11. He has not had a winning record for you guys ever. At 89 overall, 30 years old. Has never had an ERA under a 4. Honestly, Zach Gallen should probably go. He wants $18.5 million a year. Do you qualify him to try and get compensation picks is the question. Then you got Keenan Middleton. 32-year-old reliever. Had 20 holds for you this past season. His numbers were pretty shit, though. His numbers were pretty bad. He was pretty bad for you guys this year. He wants $3 million a year. So keep that in mind for Middleton. And the JB Wendell kid was actually fantastic for you guys. He was phenomenal. And he only wants, well, he wants 2.8 a year at 33 years old in the 76, so you got to factor in the decline. I am going to leave it up to you guys to talk. I'll have Catcher be your official ambassador. Catcher, see what people are saying. Come to an official decision on those 5. You have until I sort out my team. All right? That's the deal. So let me know when I ask you, and we'll do what we got to do. Now, for me, again, I already talked about it. Catcher-wise, I got to try to qualify Sean Murphy. I have to. He is not so good at the plate anymore. He's a great defensive catcher. He wants only $9 million a year. I want to try to get compensation for him. I have the money to spend in case he accepts the deal. Ramon Laureano hit .209 this past season. He was abysmal at the plate. He's now 31 years old. I think I'm letting go of Ramon Laureano. He's pretty damn good in the field, but he really struggled at the plate this year. He's 31. I got a lot of people in those outfield spots. I'm definitely, even at $5 million, it's not worth it. And I don't think he would get a qualifying offer. But if he goes, we have Armenteros, Arnez, Kenny Young, Pache, Maciel, Villalobos. Yeah, there's no space. Laureano has to go. Tony Kemp as well, I think can go. Although he does provide good depth, but for how much money? Oh, Rudy Harrison's there. Yeah, Tony Kemp's gone. So Ramon Laureano's gone, Tony Kemp's gone. And then I will hold on to these god-awful relievers because I need relievers. Although at $1.9 million a year, Austin Pruitt's... What the fuck? Oh, man. Pruitt and Kolarek. Okay, at least Kolarek's not looking for that much. Okay, I can't get him a max offer beyond $600K. So I'll try to bring back Adam Kolarek. Actually, do I even need him? Kolarek and Pruitt. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I really don't, actually. So I will save the money. The only guy that I am going to talk to out of my negotiations is Sean Murphy. And And I am going to qualify him to try to get some compensation picks. So if he stays for the year, so be it. I have $82 million in an available budget. I can afford to do this. At least at the moment I can. So we will send the qualifying offer to Sean Murphy. Hopefully I get compensation. Everybody else can go. They are no longer required. So catcher, I'm going to go player by player here. Luis Sebarino, what are we doing? What are we doing for you guys with Sevi? I asked catcher to kind of be the voice of chat. Aggregate what everyone was saying. You might be typing out what you're doing for everyone. Qualify Severino. Done deal. So Sevi has been qualified. Good chance you'll end up with compensation picks. Carson Kelly. What do you do with Carson Kelly? Kelly is going to be allowed to walk. I think that's fair. Again, you guys have catchers in the system that are ready to go. Qualifying Gallen. A risk, but could get you some compensation picks. And we're keeping Middleton and Wendelken. All right. So Middleton wants 3.2 a year. He's 32. I would argue a bullpen spot, 3-year deal, 3.3 a year. Any disagreements with that, chat? You could even backload it if you wanted to save a little bit of money this year. I think that's a fair offer. I mean, he wasn't that good for you, but at least not this year. Again, this year he was actually kind of shit, but the year before he was really good. Any disagreements with that? You're not like maxing out the money or anything. Do a player option, drop the AAV. You won't be able to drop it by that much. If you want to get it back to where it was, you can drop it by like 100K. I mean, you could do that, save 300K with that player option. That's about it. But even then, it's less interest than what you had before. Never mind then. All right. We'll go for that. 3.3 a year. We'll see if Middleton accepts it. And then Wendelken. Again, he's 33. Me personally, go for a 2-year deal. Give him an option. Obviously, he wants a little bit more term. He was phenomenal for you. I know he's only a 76. I think that's a pretty damn good deal. I'd probably even pay him more. You know, the age is a factor, but he was tremendous for you. So, what are we feeling for Wendelken here? 6.2 was mentioned. That's what it looks like there. Any disagreements for JB Wendelken, who again was absolutely fantastic for you guys last year through 40 innings of work? I think we're good. So, again, Severino qualified. Carson Kelly will be allowed to walk. Zach Gallen is qualified, or at least there was the qualifying offer made. And then Middleton and Wendelken with deals. That is $46 million in pending offers, though, so you better hope Gallen and Sevi sign elsewhere and get you those compensation picks. Otherwise, you don't have much money to work with. And then again, for me, Murphy qualified, Laureano, Kemp, Pruitt, Kolarek, all out the door. Muted, how are you? Let's sim free agency here. Perkins is on as my first base coach. Madison Bumgarner has backed out. So he's going to become a free agent. And honestly, that's not really bad news for you guys. That frees up some money. That's actually tremendous news for you guys that Mad Bum left. He had a down year and his overall dropped. Gonzalez is on as my third base coach. McCarthy is on as your manager. Buford Bush is my manager now. Lou Trevorino, or Trevino, for me, has exercised his option, which I'm good with. That's fine. Muted, we're doing pretty good, man. Lintner is on as your third base coach. And there we go. So we still have a lot to do. Let's get a brief look at the free agents that are out there. Luis Robert is the gem of the class. Yordan Alvarez, Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Kyle Tucker, Ozzie Albies. Good news for you guys. Severino's the highest rated pitcher available, and Zach Gallen's in the top 5. Very, very interesting names that are out there. I think this could be a very interesting free agent period.